This is a Canon G7X MKii.
And we've been using this camera since we started the channel.
We've been using it as a backup camera for weddings, other commercial jobs, some other short cinematic films, which you can see on the channel also.
It's also been a really useful little camera to have. It sort of fits in your bag, so we've taken it everywhere with us. So what we thought we'd do is we'd dig out some cinematic footage that we've taken throughout the last year, so you can see how good it's been.
And also, if you stick around to the end, we're going to do a little mini review on what we really think about the Canon G7X MKii. It rhymes!
So, as you can see, it is a very cinematic camera. It can do so much. We've had it in our bag and it's saved us, hasn't it?
It's saved, yeah. For example, at a wedding that we shot, if we hadn't, I swear, if we hadn't had this little camera, it would have been,
it all would have been over.
Like the walking down the aisle and stuff, like it would have been, and the confetti shots would have been so hard to get, because this has got a very cool built-in stabilisation feature, which is very useful for weddings.
Yes.
Right guys, so some of the cons of this camera is, one, you can't film with 4K unfortunately. Two, that you can't use an external microphone, which, to be fair, is a bit of a pain in the ass. However, what we're filming on now is actually the audio from the camera. See what you think. We think it's pretty good. It's a pretty good built-in mic, to be fair, unless you've got loads of background sound. And three, it's a fixed lens, so you can't change it, which means you can only use one which comes with a camera.
So, continuing on from what Eliza just said, we do have a few more cons, unfortunately. That's the autofocus. Now, generally the autofocus is good, but when you've got two people in a shot, it can be a little bit temperamental because it's trying to focus on two people. So, the autofocus with two people isn't great, but it's not terrible either. You might have a little bit of a struggle with that. Also, another con is you can hear the autofocus sometimes. It's because the microphone is quite near to the lens there, so you sometimes might be able to hear the I nearly fell over then. You sometimes might be able to hear the autofocus on the camera just because of where the microphone is positioned. And the next con really is it only does up to 50 frames per second. I've seen some that do 60 frames, but this particular G7X MKii that I have doesn't go to 60 frames, so we've only got 25 frames in full HD and we've got 50 frames in full HD. So it does some slow motion sort of, so you can sort of slow down your shots, but it's not true slow motion. So the frame rates are quite limited as well. But with every camera we do have pros and we do have cons, but there are loads of pros to this camera.
Now on to the pros. First one is small and compact, as you can see.
It also has a great inbuilt stabilisation. As you can see, I'm walking right now, it's pretty stable.
It has a touch screen, so you look, whee, focused.
The battery life, we think, is pretty good.
It's got great features like time lapses. You can film in full HD.
It's really good in low light.
It has a 4.2 times optical zoom.
It has a built-in ND filter.
It's a 20.1 megapixel camera. It has an aperture of 1.8 to 2.8. It has a good autofocus, such as tap to focus. And it has face recognition. It just says Eliza at the top, just here. I thought I nearly knocked you into the lake then.
So, this camera is a really good budget camera. It does loads, it does vlogging, and it gets cinematic shots.
We know it's not like a complete replacement for like your main camera, but it's ultra handy, like if you do weddings, even travelling. I took it to Portugal this year, just stuck it in my hand luggage. Yeah,
it's really easy just to kind of, it's really small, isn't it? To kind of just take everything.
You can keep it with you all the time, to be fair.
Yeah, you could. It could be on you all the time, you know, which is great because as you can see, it's really good quality.
Put it in my pocket.
Yeah, put it in your pocket. So if you're thinking about getting an all-round camera that's good for vlogging, also good for getting cinematic shots and filmmaking, and is within your budget, which is around £500 to £550, then this is the camera for you! Oh, we forgot.
One last thing.
Yeah, please like and subscribe, and also leave us a comment down below.
And smash that notification bell.
You know the lengths I would go to be anyone that you wish I would, or you don't. You know the lengths I would go to be understood by you.